my name is Alison. I am going to do a bit of an InstaGlam kind of makeup for you today, which is going to be perfect for obviously if you want to take a really good selfie for Instagram or like a big night out or something like that. So I've gone in already with the foundation, the primer, just to sort of get things going. So I'm going to go in with concealer first, just to get rid of any sort of under eye marks that I've got happening. Kind of do it in a bit of almost a triangle shape. Just gonna spray my sponge, the hydrating spritz. It's gonna help it blend in a little bit better. And that's immediately just brightened under that eye area. I'm gonna use this loose powder so I can do a bit of baking. So baking is ultimately to help to minimize any pores, help to set the makeup. So I'm gonna go into the areas that I have issues with my pores the most. That has immediately just blurred everything that I can see. I want to keep the rest of it relatively fresh looking, so I'm just going to go in under the eye and across the nose area where I have the most issues with oil, shine, all that good stuff. I'm going to just do a powder contour. I'm going to use the lighter shade on this palette here. Just because I am so fair, I don't want it to look too orange. The pigment, as you can see, is incredible, so I might have to adjust that. I like to get in almost like a 3 motion, as you can see, and that helps to contour just around the eye area, under the cheekbone, and under the jawbone. And you kind of want to bring your contour from up here and drag it down. So, because I feel like that's a little bit dark for me, I'm just going to use a powder, just any compact powder. I'm going in with this one just to almost dilute some of that colour. There we go. Might throw in just a light shade of blush just because I am fair and I obviously don't want anything too strong. Let's get into eye makeup. I might start with my eyebrows. I'm going to use the darker shade of these two. I just scalp my eyebrows from underneath and then I can fade that colour up. I personally prefer a powder just because I feel like they look more natural. I feel like it's easier to work with. I feel like it's not nearly as noticeable if you make a mistake. And any of the residue that I have left on the little brush, I'm going to fade out so it's not too strong. There we go, I'm fairly happy with those. So before I get into do my eyes, I'm just going to prime my lips with a little bit of the eye cream, the peptide eye cream, which I applied earlier around my eye area. But being that it's delicate skin on the lips, it's gentle enough to use. It's just gonna help to get rid of any of those extra lines. I'm going to do a wash of Pacific, just the lightest shade in this palette across the whole lid. And I'm firstly going to blend a bit of the Babe colour into my crease. I like to keep my eye open when I do this, just so I can get that brush right into the crease. I'm just going to fade some of that out. The pigment of these shadows is incredible. A little bit really does go a long way. I'm picking warmer colours because I've got blue-green eyes, and it's just going to help to be a contrast and emphasise those colours. I'm going to get in with a bit of Orchid, right into the outer corner, in almost like a V shape. Just going to do it on both sides. And then I'm going to blend it. Just tidying up anything that's fallen with my finger. So you can already kind of see a bit of almost a sunset sort of vibe. Speaking of sunset, I might get in and use a bit of sunset actually. And just layer that on top. I'm actually going to go in and use my finger to get a bit more pigment. Now underneath the eye, I might get in with the smudging brush. Use a bit of Orchid. And before anything else, gonna brush away some of that fallout. So I've just used the same brush that I initially applied the glitter with, just so I can get a little bit of that residue that was left on the brush underneath, and it kind of ties the top and the bottom together. I think that's as dark as I'm gonna go on the top. But what I will do is, before I get in with a liquid liner, I'm gonna use the pencil right into the lash line. This helps me kind of just trace a little bit of the idea of where I want to go with the liquid. And if I've made a little bit of a mistake, it doesn't really matter because I'll be going over it. So before I do that, I'm going to go in and prep my lashes. And while this sets, then I can do my liquid line. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to get in with a little bit of this loose pigment highlight, which I'm going to be putting over my cheekbones later. That looks incredible. A lot of people struggle with the liquid liner pen. My main tip would be, instead of going in straight ahead like this, which is a little bit more intimidating, lying the pen down, especially if you've got a felt tip or one with bristles, and pressing it into the lashes, as far in as you can to your lashes. Like that. And then I'm going to pull my eye just so I can get a firmer line. Because I feel like that point isn't as fine as it could be, I just wrap a bit of tissue around my fingernail and I just pull it out. It almost erases it, but it helps to sharpen that point. So I'm going to go in with the mascara, and then I'll have a look and see if there's anything I want to adjust. Before I put the mascara on the bottom lashes, I might actually get in with a little bit of that eyeliner pencil, just along the waterline. I'm just going to do a second coat on the top lashes. So before I add anything onto my lips, I might actually just build up my bronze and contour a little bit more. And I always like to do a little bit of a nose contour as well. So I'm just squeezing the brush to flatten it out. That back in. So for lips, I'm just going to go in with a nude, a soft pink, nudish colour. The reason I don't want to go too nude is because I want it to balance with my eyes, but I don't want to do a bold lip so that there's too much happening on the face. And I'm going to add a little bit of gloss because I love this gloss. So I'm fairly happy with that. What I might just do is extend that liner out. And before I go, I'm just going to spray a bit of the hydrating spritz just to freshen everything. That smells fantastic.